Seeing some new faces in the room. Very exciting. Welcome. If you haven't been here before, we do a little yoga, we do a little Pilates, and we do some other stuff. So um, practice in your own way, in a way that feels good to your body. Let's start lying back today. Okay, so we'll start in constructive rest with, I just lost, there it is, with our feet flat on the floor and knees bent. And we'll start with a little bit of a Pilates warm up, but let's just start by letting our bodies lay heavy on the floor. Let your body be heavy. Let your belly be soft. Allow your breath to be natural. And take a moment to notice how you're arriving today. How did you sleep last night? What have you eaten? What are you thinking about as you come into class today? Notice your breath in your body. You might feel a little more breath to your upper chest. You might feel a little more around your belly. Just notice where you're breathing. Let's take a few breaths here together. So we're going to inhale for 4 counts and exhale for 4 counts. And I'm going to let you count for yourself. So we'll start with an inhale, maybe a sighing exhale. Just keep that going. You might notice your belly rise and fall. You might notice your ribs expanding to the sides or the back. Or maybe you notice something different. Just stick with that breath a few more times. Good. And then I invite you to take your hands, fingers up to the ceiling, bring the heels of your hands onto your rib cage. It's kind of a funny position. What we're going to do is inhale, expand the rib cage out to the sides, because sometimes that's hard to notice. On your exhale, use your hands to help the air out of your lungs, a little squeeze in or zipping up the ribs. And we'll inhale to expand and exhale to contract. I've just got my hands on either side of my ribs. I'm going to sit up so that you can see. Just like that. It could be like this too, but it kind of gives a little bit more strength, pressing the ribs in, inhaling out. Can you feel your rib cage expand to the sides? Take 2 more breaths like that. Good. Let that go. Just breathe natural. Bring your fingertips to the ceiling, and we're going to reach up to the ceiling and then let our shoulders drop back on the mat. So we're going to reach up. You'll feel your shoulder blades come away from your spine. As you drop them back, you'll feel them move a little closer. Let's do 2 more. Inhale up, exhale back, and inhale up and exhale back. Good. Keep your rib or your shoulder blades where they are. Take your arms up overhead. A big inhale. Maybe your thumbs come to the floor. Maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. Exhale, bring your palms back by your sides. And inhale up. And exhale all the way back down to your sides. 2 more like that. Inhale up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's change this up now. We haven't had enough snow for snow angels, but we'll pretend we do. Take your arms up overhead. Bring your arms around to the sides like a snow angel. Just warming up our shoulders, upper backs, chest. Good. On this next one, take your arms up overhead. As you exhale around, let your head lift up off the floor. And just have a look. We're going to start to pump our arms here, a little up and down. Bring one leg up, shins parallel to the ceiling. Other leg up, shin parallel to the ceiling. Just hang out here. If your neck gets tired, put your head down. Otherwise, we're going to inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 4, 5, in, 2, 4, 5, exhale, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, 5. An option, maybe you straighten the legs. Exhale. One more set. Inhale, 2, 4, 5, and exhale. Good. Draw your shins back toward the ceiling. Draw your knees up toward your chest. And start to circle your legs all the way around. I'm keeping my knees and my ankles together, shins together, and circling the legs one direction. Little low back massage. Nice. And then switch and go the other way. Good. And then go ahead and pick your head up off the floor again. Take your right hand down to your right ankle. Left hand's going to come to the inside of the right knee. And then we're going to switch legs. So every time a leg comes up, give it a little squeeze. And again, if your neck gets tired, put your head down. Can we exhale every time a leg is long? One more each side. Beautiful. Go ahead and put your head down. Take your feet down to the mat, step them out wide. Let your knees drop in together. See how that feels? Yep, it's kind of a funny position. Let your legs start to sway side to side. So both legs to the right, both legs to the left. If you like to complete the twist as your knees go to the right, turn your gaze to the left. So go ahead and let your head turn if that feels good to you. Good. Let's do one more to each side. And then come on back to center for a little bit more Pilates. We're going to take right leg to the sky. Left leg's going to stretch out long. Left leg gets 2 little pulses. And then we switch. Pulse, pulse, and switch. Head can be up or down. Do what feels good to your neck. 2 little puffs of air when we bounce the feet. Nice. Go ahead and bring your knees back to your chest one more time. Keep your right knee, take your left leg long on the mat. Draw your right knee up towards your right armpit. Yep, just like that. And then take your right foot, cross it over your left leg, and come into a lying pigeon. Left leg could be straight up in the air. It could be bent. If it's straight up, you might even lean a little off to the left. You get a little more sensation in the right hip. And come on back to center. Switch legs. Keep your left leg. Pull it up towards your left armpit. Reach that right leg long. Nice. Yep. And then we'll take the left leg, cross it over the right leg. Come into a lying pigeon of your choice. Maybe even lean over to the right. You might feel a little sensation in the left hip. Yeah, and then come on back to center. Let's go ahead and turn on one side, come all the way up, come to all fours. It'll be a little easier to see now. Come to hands right under your shoulders, knees right under your hips. Find the world's tiniest cat. So just turn on the muscles that would take you to cat, but don't really go there. Nobody can see your cat. It's invisible. Let those muscles go. Turn on the muscles that would take you to cow, also invisible. And then a little bigger press up into cat. You can see it now. Inhale through to cow. Exhale to cat. Just start to move it in a way that feels good to you. Maybe add a little organic movement, a little side to side, a little circling your body around, sitting back towards child's pose or anything else that feels good to you. Notice how your body would like to move. Yeah, don't forget your neck. It likes to move too. We'll come back to center. Here's a little trick. If you spread your fingers wide and press a little bit right here through the first finger mound, it'll take some weight off there, some pressure off your wrist bones. Take your left leg back, toes to the mat. We're going to float that leg up, just hip height at your opposite arm. Yeah, you could stay right here and just breathe. Or on your next exhale, you could draw your elbow to your knee and inhale to expand. Exhale in. Beautiful. One more of those. Something different today. Take your arm and your leg out and just start to pulse them toward the ceiling. Just really small movement. Good. Let's go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hand back to the mat. Step your leg all the way across your other leg. You might have a look back at your toes or towards your toes. And then take that same leg and swing it all the way out to the side. And we'll take a twist toward that leg. Let's move this. We were just on this hand, so give it a little circle. Wave to your neighbor. And then take that arm, swing it down, and send it back up. Do 3 of them. 2. And 1. Nice. Bring your hand down, bring your leg in. Find your first child's pose of the day, and maybe it's a puppy dog instead. Maybe your hips stay lifted. Maybe you take your knees wide. Maybe you keep them together. Do what you like with your arms. You might reach out in front. You might bring them under your forehead. Whatever you do, and breathe into your back. See if you can expand your rib cage to the back. One more breath here. And we'll come all the way back up. Set up your all fours again. Take your right leg behind you, toes to the mat. Do you notice that you get a little bit of calf stretch there? If you rock back. Float your leg up, just hip height at your opposite arm. And hold. Nice. Check in with your breath. And if you like, on your next exhale, draw your knee and your elbow together. Inhale to expand. Good. One more like that. And we'll hold and start little pulses toward the ceiling. We're working our back bodies. For 4, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring your hand back to the mat. Swing your leg across. Have a look back at your toes. And we'll swing it all the way out to the opposite, to the other side. And we'll take a twist toward that leg. Circle that wrist. Good. And then take that arm, sweep it down and up. Exhale down. Inhale to open. And bring your hand down. Bring your leg back in. Something a little different. Child's pose, sitting back. Give a little push with your hands. Think of pushing your hips back towards your heels. Maybe they get there, maybe they don't. It doesn't matter. Take your hands over to the left. Allow your right hip to be heavy. And then move your hands over to the right. Left hip gets heavy. And then come on back to center. All right. Something hard. Let's move into a plank, but start with your hands right underneath your shoulders, your knees right underneath your hips. Take your right leg back and hold. Without changing your torso, take your left leg back and hold. Beautiful planks. Take a big inhale here. And on your exhale, drop yourself all the way down to the mat. You could go knees and chest or straight down. It's your choice. Take your arms out in front. Reach your legs back. Lift your right arm and your left leg. And just hold here. And we'll drop that down. Opposite arm and leg. And hold. Good. And drop it down. If it feels good to you, come up both arms and legs. Otherwise, go back to that original option and just start to flutter here. Yep. So arms and legs are just going up and down. It's called swimming. And we'll inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more set. Inhale and exhale. Good. Bring your forehead to your hands. Feel your muscles release. And then your choice. Any way you like, come back to plank or all fours. Yeah. Walk your hands to your feet. We're going to do this Pilates style. Roll yourself up one vertebrae at a time. Circle your shoulders back. Let your knees bend and straighten. Come to your toes and lower. Nice. All right. Let's take both arms to the sky. Big inhale. Exhale, forward fold. In a way that feels good to you. Inhale, hands to thighs. Roll yourself up. Getting into our back. Circle shoulders back. Let's do two more just like that. A big inhale up. Just lost the microphone. Exhale, forward fold. Hands to thighs. Roll it all the way back up. Good. And one more. Big inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Good. Hands to thighs. Roll it all the way up. I need Lisa. I'm going to put it in my pocket. I'm going to regret that later. Big inhale up. Open your arms to cactus. Lift your heart. Beautiful. Inhale up, forward fold. Just adding on to what we just did. Let's come to half lift. Hands to shins. Back parallel to the floor like we're coffee tables. Something goofy. Let your knees bend, but lift your tailbone. Notice how the stretch changes. Exhale, fold. Hands to thighs. Roll it all the way up. Big inhale. We're going to do that one more time. Open to cactus. Lift your heart. We'll inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. You can swan dive down if that feels nice to you. Beautiful. Hands to shins. Half lift or coffee tables. Let your knees bend a bunch. Lift your tailbone. Where's the stretch go? Exhale, fold hands to thighs and roll it all the way up. Good. Inhale, arms up. Send your hips back more than your knees forward. Coming into chair. Let your feet walk. A little up and down. Good. Here's a challenge. Come to toes on both sides, if that's available today. Yeah. See if you can stay on your toes as we come all the way up. And drop it down. Nice. Take your feet wide. Toes a little bit out because we're going to rock. And I like to move my shoulders with this, but you don't have to. Just doing a little upper body mobility, a little leg strength. Good. And then just go side to side. And here's another option. You might drag some sideways figure eights on your mat if that feels nice to your back. And then bring your hands to your thighs. We're going to come all the way up, all the way up. Get your bear claws, claw hands, sink it down. Check your knees. Make sure they're going out the same direction as your toes. Yeah, you kind of want to drop in sometimes. One more like that. Let's take this one all the way down. Something silly. Release your hands, catch some raindrops, come to your toes. The hands are just to distract us from everything else going on. Good. Let your heels drop. We'll inhale all the way up. Turn your toes forward, forward fold. Good. Walk your hands over to the right. And that could be bringing a hand to your knee, or you could put your right hand in front of your right foot. You might take your left hand and reach it out in front of that, or something else. And we'll walk all the way over to the other side. You might notice one side feels different than the other. And that's okay. Just honor that. And then we'll walk back to center. Take your right hand to the sky. So we're coming into a twist here. Beautiful. And then switch hands. Good. And come on back to center. Hands to thighs. Roll this one up. Nice. Come on up to the top of your mat. We're going to take our left legs and just let's get into this differently. If you like, sit back in chair to get into this. And then pick up your left foot and step it back. Here we are in a lunge. Bring your torso up tall. There's a tendency to want to do this. See if you can straighten your back up toward the ceiling. We'll take both hands to the sky. Good. Open to cactus. Sink it down. Yep. Inhale up. Sink it down. Hold this time. For our balance, take arms forward. Your right leg's in front, or whatever leg's in front, that arm stays, the other one slides up across the collarbones, maybe even behind you, maybe even follow it with your eyes. It's a big thing when we take our eyes in a different direction. We're balancing. Bring both hands heart center. Take a twist to the other side, see how that goes. Good. We'll come back to center. One arm in front, one behind. We'll let your back foot turn out. Here we are, warrior two. Yeah, trust yourself. Sink it down a little bit. We're going to play with our shoulders here. Strong legs, shoulders up and down. Just see what it feels like to, doesn't this look cool? To drop your shoulder blades? I mean, you guys, not me. It looks really neat out there. Good. Turn your front palm up, take it to the sky. If you like, take your hand right behind your head. You could take that other hand and reach it behind if you like that. Just hold here. Good. Let's unwrap that. Back to warrior two. One more thing here, then we'll switch legs. We'll get a fresh leg. Reach on out and find a triangle. Good. Keep your triangle legs. Pivot your body all the way up. We'll come back to warrior two. And then any way you like, step your back foot forward. Right? All right. Let's come into chair again. Sink it back. Strong legs. We're going to lift up the right foot, take it back into a lunge. Just kind of sink in there. Nice. We'll inhale up, sink it down. Good. Rooting down here. One more. Sink it down. Grow your roots. Send your hands forward. Whatever leg is in front, that arm stays, the other one slides. And if you go the other way, it doesn't matter because we're going to twist both ways. Good. Bring your hands heart center. Switch to the other side. Good. And we'll switch back. Yep. And turn your back foot out. Here we are, warrior two again. Let's work the shoulders, a little up and down here. Nice. Take your front hand to the sky. If it feels nice, wrap it behind your head. You could take your other hand behind your back. Good. Unwrap that. Come back to warrior two. Reach it out in front. Find yourself a triangle. Good. Keep your triangle legs. Bring your body all the way up. Opposite arm to the sky. Bring yourself to warrior two. And then step your feet together. And then just turn this way. We're going to let all that go and come back to our hands. You remember this thing? Some of you? Well, that's not what we're doing today. We're going to do something different. So turn thumbs up. I learned a new one. Fold your thumb and take your index fingers up. Make sure that thumb gets folded in. Take your thumbs up. Index fingers up. Thumbs up. Index fingers up. Keep one index finger. Take a thumb up. Switch thumb. And L's don't count. This doesn't count, right? So one thumb. So if you perfected those finger circles, this will give you something else to work on. How's it working? How's it working, Zoomies? All right. Isn't that fun? So when you find yourself getting out of your body and up into your head, these are things we can do just to come back into the body. Good. Take your hands together. We'll turn them inside out. Big inhale up. On your exhale, let your back round. And we'll inhale up. Exhale, let your back round. One more like that. A big inhale up. Exhale, let your back round. Good. We'll come back up. Bring hands behind your back. If it feels good, you can lace them. We're just going to draw our shoulders back and lift the heart. And you could stay right there, or if you like, you could turn this into a forward fold. Just let your arms float up as far as feels good. And we'll come all the way back up. Nice. Let's take it down to the floor. We're going to come down to our knees and take your left leg out to the side. And that, you kind of have to roll onto the foot flat to get a nice base. Yep, we're going to come up here. Take your right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. The stargazer. We're going to come all the way up and reverse that for gate latch. Yeah, do one more, taking your fingers down to the mat. Option. You could keep that right hand up and not put it down. See how that feels. Let's do two more, either way. Yeah. And take it all the way up. This time, right hand comes all the way down to the floor. We'll turn it into a little Pilates. Let your leg float up. Do what you need to with that supporting leg. If you notice anything cramping up, though, please stop and stretch, okay? So you could stay right here, or you could kick two to the front and two to the back. We'll go about 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Go ahead and walk over to the other side. Yep, we'll drop the left hand to the floor. Come all the way up and over. One more like that before we add the next option. And then if you like, you can keep the hand lifted. And this time all the way back down to the floor. And we'll let the leg float up. You can put that hand wherever feels good. We'll kick 2 to the front and 2 to the back. Just 4 times because this one's intense. 3. Nice. And then come all the way up. We don't do this one very often. Turn your toes under. We're going to go really slow and just see how it feels. Sit back onto your feet. Maybe. Or maybe not. For me, it's definitely not today. Come back up. Turn your toes under. Sit back. See how that goes. Yeah. And then let them go. Shake out your feet. And turn and face me. I think everybody can see, even if you're sideways on your mat. We're going to take left leg in front, step the right ankle by the left foot. Left hand's reaching out, so it's kind of out at an angle. This bottom leg's going to have nothing to do. It's just there for balance. Engage your shoulder, and maybe you stay right here, right? Or bring your elbow to your knee and push up and all the way back down. Control it all the way through the movement. We do 2 more on this side. Any of those, any options are fine. Find something that works for your body. Last one, engage your shoulder. Now we'll switch to the other side. So you could stay right here. You could bring the elbow to knee, press up. 2 more if this side feels good to your shoulder. Nice. Good. Just come to sitting. That's a lot for our hands. So we're going to do 1 more of those things. But this time, turn your hands up. Take your thumb to your little fingers, ring fingers, middle fingers, index fingers, and then just play with that. Thumb to finger. Notice that probably they're going to the same finger on each side. True? All right, let's stop that then. On one side, take your little finger, on the other side, ring finger. Switch. But see if you can avoid going to the same finger on each side. This is very advanced. As soon as it goes to his same finger, shake it out and start over. We'll do it 1 more time. All right. Turn your hands inside out again. 1 big inhale. Let your background exhale. Come on over to your back. 1 more time. Take your knees together. Feet are out. Just kind of check in with that funny position. And then when it feels right, go ahead and start to let your legs sway side to side. Just coming almost, but not quite, into a big twist. Notice the parts that move easily. Notice the parts that are a little bit sticky. And then come on back to center. Parallel your feet. Bring your arms to your sides. Let's roll up into a bridge, articulating the vertebrae all the way up. Press down with your feet, up with your hips. Roll it back down. Two more like that. Articulating up. See if you can keep your knees pretty close together. Exhaling down. And one more like that. This one we're going to hold at the top though. Squeeze your glutes. Reach your knees away from your head. So you'll probably feel a little sensation in the front of your legs as well as in your glutes. And then as you bring your hips down, drop them a little bit off to the left. Open your arms wide. See what it would be like to drop your legs over to the right. Maybe they get all the way to the floor. Maybe they don't. It might feel nice to take your gaze to the left. And then gently bring your legs back to center. We're going to lift the hips again and take them over to the right. And then let your knees drop over to the left. This side might be entirely different. Might feel good to look to the right. Good. Gently come back to center. If there's any other kind of upside down yoga shapes that you like, go ahead and get those. You might even just take legs up in the air. And just breathe through a little bit. Yep, I'm seeing some plows. There could be shoulder stands, anything that feels good to you. And then let your legs come back to the mat. You could stay in constructive rest. You could move into Shavasana with arms and legs to the floor. And then just check in. Yeah, if there's other stretches or movement that you're needing, feel free. And then just take a moment to notice. Notice any sensations in your body. Notice any thoughts. Notice how you're breathing. If it feels okay to you, let your eyes shut and then bring one hand to your heart. Just feel the warmth of your chest. Feel your breath move through your body. As your hand is connected to your heart, let's set an intention. Today, I let go of the past so I can blossom fully in this new beginning. And feel free to drop your hand back to the floor or wherever it was resting. And just be here and breathe. Gently invite your mind to search for any remnants of the past that are living inside of you. Perhaps imagining your breath traveling through your body, excavating those memories, any limiting beliefs or stories. Maybe you discover a memory of a time when you started fresh and didn't get the results you wanted. Or perhaps you find a story you created about who you are and what you are or are not capable of. Maybe you come across deep pain that's been weighing you down. Whatever you find, just breathe and let your breath find those pieces of the past. And now on every breath out, imagine those pieces of the past leaving your body, floating out of you and disappearing into the space around you. Breathe in and breathe out. Each in-breath is a receiving, each out-breath is a letting go. Breathe in and gather. Breathe out and let go. Feel the spaciousness inside, the openness, the lightness, a growing energy that is now ready for a new beginning, free from the weight of the past. Our meditation today was from the Women's Meditation Network. It's a great online site. Start to bring a little gentle movement to your arms and legs, or just wiggle your fingers and toes. And if you're lying flat on your back, it might be nice to let your knees bend and sway. Notice if you're needing any stretches, any movement that you're needing. And then when you feel ready, turn on one side and pause there. And then use your arms to help yourself to sitting. Good. Let's take a breath together. Just a big inhale. May we dwell in safety. May we be happy and healthy. May we be at peace. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today.